Hi, this is Troy Rink for Denver 7 and Broncos' first practice of training camp next Wednesday, if you can believe it. So as training camp approaches, I want to look at some of the most important storylines entering camp. Let's exclude quarterback for a second. We'll get to that as we get there right before that first practice. But an important storyline for me will be, is this defense as special as we think it is? You've got a secondary that's been completely revamped. They should have their own show on HD TV with Chip and Joanna. I mean, that's how much of an overhaul they've done, it feels like, especially, again, in that secondary with the addition of Kyle Fuller, Pat Surtain, and also Ronald Darby. That allows Bryce Callahan's flexibility to play slot and outside, and you bring back Kareem Jackson. You make Justin Simmons the highest paid safety in NFL history. This is a secondary that should be top 5 at the very least. But can it be special? Can it be a top 5 overall defense? That would start obviously with points allowed, but certainly yards per play, yards per game, time of possession, all of those important stats, third down, red zone percentage. This defense can be special if the offense is functional, keeping it to a one-score game in the late third, early fourth quarter, even late fourth quarter, to allow Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, and Malik Reed to write diaries of havoc on opposing pass rushers, opposing left tackles. But the key for this defense to be special, for me, it really goes back to one stat: takeaways. In Vic Fangio's first 2 years with the Broncos, his defenses have produced 33 takeaways. In his last year in Chicago, his defense produced 36 takeaways. They led the NFL. That's what got him the job in Denver. His defense hasn't looked anything like that, even remotely like that, frankly, other than parts of his first season in terms of points allowed. But can this defense be special? They have the depth at the secondary now. They've got questions at inside linebacker in coverage, and they've got to stay healthy along the front with Mike Purcell, the promising Draymond Jones, Shelby Harris. They have some depth there, but not as much as you would like, and they don't necessarily have depth, or at least experienced depth, at outside linebacker. So they've got to stay healthy. They've got to keep the games close offensively, and they've got to allow their pass rushers to get after a quarterback to create plays on the back end where the secondary is the strength of this team. For Denver 7, I'm Troy Rink.